is where we left off. Hopefully, we're able to answer some questions about this. I would say for this one right below me, looking at the regulars, I mean, they've got uniforms, they've got organization, drummers, fifers, just absolutely anything and everything you possibly might need to look like an organized army. If we're looking over at the Continental Army over there, um, they're kind of walking in different directions. Nobody seems to have a uniform. It looks like maybe one guy's got a drum. You could have made any comments like this. This is definitely some of the things that we're taking a look at today and tomorrow. Last time, and apologies again for still wearing my Santa hat. I recognize my Bitly looks a little ridiculous still wearing his Santa hat, but my focus was on getting you guys these recorded lessons and not on making sure that my Bitly was seasonally appropriate. So he's got a Santa hat. Let's review. Benjamin Franklin knows that the French hate the British, so we send him to France, we being the Americans. The French are skeptical about the Americans. They don't think that there can actually be, they're not sure if there can actually be a win for the Americans, if things are going to go positively. Fortunately for the American army, there's a miscommunication at Saratoga that goes in their favor and against the British. Burgoyne is first to surrender to the British. This causes the French to sign an alliance with the colonists. Washington's struggling with army morale. He's got people quitting on him. He can't seem to actually keep people focused on what they're supposed to be doing. So he's losing battles. He's got cold winters. Yesterday's lesson, it says there 12-5 blue plate flip. It actually was yesterday's lesson, and I fixed that in the notes that are shared out to you. That is the Valley Forge lesson that was posted out to you. I saw that only 2 people have done it so far, so you may want to take a look at that, kind of see what those losing battles and cold winters look like, including the Battle of Valley Forge. Today we're looking at Gentlemen to Soldiers, so our objective and essential questions are coming up first. Note sheet, both parts, it's right there. Let me get myself out of the way. 3 times icky, feels intense, hit inside. That's going to be what your Bitly is for today. We're training an army, and then there's going to be a checkpoint. This is the first part of the lesson, so you're going to see me stop. I stop throughout usually anyhow in these flipped lessons to give you the micro teaching. But you're going to see me stop. There's going to be a checkpoint, and we're going to move on to the second part of the lesson, the Southern Campaign. So for today, the key thing for Gentlemen to Soldiers, you can describe Baron von Steuben's contribution to the American Revolution. Who was Baron von Steuben, and why did he get involved in the American Revolution? That's the key things that we're looking at here. Washington's losing his army again. The struggle is real, brah. They're cold, they're hungry, they're sick, they are untrained. Something's got to change. What is that thing that's going to change? Well, Baron von Steuben. The army needs discipline. If you follow along on the note sheet, writing these things down. They need a teacher, and of course that guy is going to be getting them to look the part. They're actually going to march in lines. They're actually going to be wearing uniforms, carrying weapons, looking like an actual army. He's a Prussian officer who trains the soldiers at Valley Forge in 1778. This is a little bit different than the struggle that we were having in the previous lesson. He does manage to turn them into an army. I'm going to take a pause here, give you a chance to go ahead and digest that, write down those notes. If you have specific questions, send me a G-chat or an email. Actually, so I'm going to take a pause here, but the checkpoint. I'm going to take a pause here. 3 Roadrunners, 8 oranges, not tangerines. 5, who was Baron von Steuben? What did he do for the Continental Army? Why might the British Army have headed south? What's patriot? What's a loyalist? I'm going to pause here. We're going to pick up on the other side with the Southern Campaign.